Yep, you read the title right. I tripled my income, but my expenses stayed the same. And in this video, I'm going to share some tips on how you can do that as well. Not necessarily on how you can triple your income. That's not what I'm going to talk about in this video, but how you can make sure that you don't increase your expenses once your income increases. In the budgeting world, there's this term called lifestyle creep, and it's a really sneaky thing. It's a really sneaky creature if you think about it, because at first it's very harmless because you think, oh, I got a salary increase or I got an unexpected bonus, I should treat myself. Very harmless, right? But you can go down a slippery slope if you're not careful. So for those of you who aren't familiar with what lifestyle creep is, it's also called lifestyle inflation, and it happens when one's income increases and the expenses increase along with it. Lifestyle creep for me isn't lifestyle creep if your expenses do not increase proportionately with your income. But if, for example, your income increases by 100% and your expenses also increase by 100% or even more, then that's definitely lifestyle creep. And again, don't get me wrong, there's definitely nothing wrong with treating yourself. At the end of the day, you deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labor. That's why you had that salary increase, because you worked hard. That's why you got that bonus, because maybe you had a lot of overtime, or maybe that overtime pay because you did a lot of overtime, right? For me, once my income grew by 250%, I treated myself by finally looking for places to move out of this place. This place isn't really doing that well with my mental health anymore. So that was one of my that is my biggest priority once I got that salary increase. And with the places that I looked for, I still made sure that my rent wasn't covering so much or too much of my new income. So again, there's no problem with treating yourself because you've earned it. You've worked hard for it. It starts to become a problem when you see your savings and your investments staying the same or becoming stagnant, and when you know that you're not getting closer to your financial goals. So despite your income increasing, if your expenses again increase proportionately with it, nothing's gonna happen. You're still gonna be in that same place, feeling that same feeling of insecurity that you felt way before your income increased. And that leads me to my second point, which is one of the effects of lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep gets you farther from your financial goals, even with a higher income. With that increase in income, you could have saved it, you could have paid off your debt, you could have invested it. But no, you spent it on something that you thought you needed, or something that you thought you deserved because you needed to treat yourself. So yeah, you're still on the same, again, as I mentioned earlier, you're still gonna be on the same page as you were before. You're not gonna feel secure because even if your income is higher, your spending habits are still the same. It's still not healthy for you. And with that being said, another effect of lifestyle creep is becoming so dependent on your income increasing. So apart from feeling super insecure because your savings and your investments are stagnant, you're also feeling the stress of trying to climb the ladder all the time just to sustain that kind of lifestyle. If your lifestyle is always inflating, the more your income increases. And honestly, in this economy, who wants to feel stressed? Like, we're already stressed because of the external environment. So it might be better, we might be able to feel better to do something that we can change amongst ourselves to feel less stressed in life, like, avoiding lifestyle creep. So now this is the part of the video where I tell you guys, or where I share with you guys how I exactly lessen the stressors of my life by avoiding lifestyle creep myself. Again, I've tripled my income, but my expenses have stayed the same. So number one, and this was the first thing that I ever did once my salary increased, and that is to increase my savings rate once I got that salary bump. And what I heavily recommend you guys do is whenever you get a raise, calculate that raise and increase your savings and investment even before you think about all the wants that you want to spend. So for me, once my salary increased, I made sure to not increase my expenses on that month. Given I treated myself with like a nice dinner when I got my full-time job. But other than that, I made sure to not inflate any of my other expenses. So that was one dinner, one extra dinner, nothing else. So at the end of the month, I was able to save more than 50% of my entire month's salary. And I think that was possible mainly because I had these financial goals in mind, and it was very solid. I knew my priorities, and my number one priority at the moment is to build back my emergency fund from being negative all like the past few months. So once I build my emergency fund, then I will realign my priorities and see where I can allocate all the extra money that I gained from my income. And if you watched my 50-30-20 ratio video, yes, I am planning on moving out soon, and I am saving for that as well. But as long as I don't have any major life updates, I'm gonna keep my expenses the way they are. Okay, the second tip I can give you guys is to ask yourself, what do I really value in life? I find this question very helpful, especially for people like me who think that they deserve everything. I was a spoiled kid, so I felt like I deserved everything I wanted, even though I really didn't. So maybe sometimes just ask yourself, is this important to me? Will this bring or add more value to my life? Questions like that. So for me, what I really value in life is feeling secure about my finances and being prepared for rainy days ahead. And at the same time, I feel really, really happy whenever I get to spoil my loved ones, like just giving them random gifts. I also have personal financial goals, like, being able to travel. But those types of goals are in the back burner right now because I have yet to build back my emergency fund. And I would love to have a fully funded emergency fund before I can have fun, because I won't have fun if I know that I don't have money anyway. So yeah. Okay, let's move on to the third tip, and I think this is one of the most famous ways to avoid lifestyle creep, and that is to practice delayed gratification. This means that if you want something, don't buy it yet, don't get it yet, wait for some time, let that sink in. Ask yourself, do I really want it? Do I really need it? And then if you really do, then go buy it. If you don't, then that saved you a lot of money. In this world where we're always, hustling, we're always on the go, it's like time moves so fast. We forget about delayed gratification because we always think, oh, there's no time for this, there's no time for that, we gotta get this right now. But the truth is, the world is still turning, even if you don't get that pair of shoes right now. And, the more you wait, it might go on sale, right? And you'll get it for less if you still want it. So as I've told you earlier, I was a spoiled brat when I was a kid. So just to give you context, ever since I was in elementary school up until I would say junior high school, I had the newest iPhone, like every year. It doesn't matter if it's just a transition from 4 to 4S, 5 to 5S, I'd have to have the newest iPhone. That's how much of a spoiled brat I am. And imagine getting the iPhone 4S, I think I was like in 5th grade or 6th grade. And then when I went to 7th grade, I got the 4S or the 5. I'm not sure. But I'm so lucky that my parents straightened me out and made me realize that that's not how life goes. Most especially when you're working for your own money already. So practicing delayed gratification really helped me avoid lifestyle creep. For example, getting back on that iPhone, if I want a new gadget, I will research on it, make sure that it adds more value to my life. If it doesn't, goodbye. If it does, hello, right? That's why until now, I still have the iPhone 12 Pro Max and we're at the 16. But I'm still happy with my iPhone 12 Pro Max. Honestly, I'm still waiting on an iPhone that will make me go, whoa. Just like when the iPhone 12 came out. Still hasn't happened. I'm hoping it happens on the iPhone 17, but I doubt it will, honestly. Next tip is my favorite as an accounting girly, and that is to regularly reflect on your spending. If you've watched a couple of my videos, you know that I spend some time every Sunday reflecting on my inflows and outflows in my budget tracker. I also spend time once a month reflecting on my expenses throughout the whole month, and I make sure to close my books for the month. I would also want to try quarterly reviews, but honestly, what I'm thinking is, do I really need quarterly reviews if I'm already doing monthly, like reflecting? I don't know. I'd have to try, and I will update you on that. But what I can tell you is I also do annual budgeting. So I review my expenses for the whole year, look at my averages, and set those averages as a framework or as a guideline to my budget for the next year. I would say annual budgeting is one of my favorite activities as well, because I have the ability to finally look at my numbers from January to December, and my budget tracker looks really beautiful by then. Last but not the least, and I don't think you'll expect this to be here, but that is to treat yourself. I've been saying in this video, it's not bad to treat yourself, but make sure to treat yourself mindfully. Again, maybe you got that salary bump, maybe you got that bonus that you weren't expecting. Treat yourself, have a great dinner, but do it in moderation. I have an aunt who is really good at managing money, and she said it's fine to treat yourself. It's good to treat yourself. Go get some dinner, you've earned it. But if you're trying to get dinner every Friday night just because you think you deserve it for getting through the week, maybe think twice on that. Just because you got through Monday to Friday working, does that mean it's celebratory? Does that constitute to a celebration? If you've had a hard week, okay, fine. But if you think that every week is a hard week, maybe think of changing career paths. I don't know. Maybe you're not happy with your current state, personal state. Change something else, but don't push your finances to its limits. Yeah, just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? All right, I'm finished. I'm finally closing off this video. Just a reminder that lifestyle creep is normal. It happens to all of us. Almost happened to me when I got that salary bump. But the key is to manage lifestyle creep. Learn on the ways on how to manage your finances, especially when your income increases, so that lifestyle creep doesn't manage you, so that you don't lose over lifestyle creep. All right, I wish you guys good luck in avoiding lifestyle creep, and honestly, I would love to hear you guys' good luck to me also, because I'm making big lifestyle changes, and I'm really hoping that lifestyle creep doesn't get to me. Okay, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.